in studio teaching, and then I did a 2 years master's degree in music therapy at UTS in Sydney.
Far out.
And
so you dedicated a bit of your time to music?
Oh yeah. Well, when I finished, bachelor, I was like, okay, playing instrument really well, but I got a piece of paper that says that, but what do I do with that? Do I want to go into teaching? Didn't really know about music therapy, and then just kind of started researching it, and then by the time I made it to my first prac session, and I saw the ultimate power, that it can have, and just connecting with people like my mum and dad and sister and nurses, so I feel that empathetic kind of connection, and that's another part of busking. I love people, and I love playing, I love just playing, setting a mood, and it's a great way. So many conversations you would have when you just walk past someone in the shops. If you put an instrument there and you're playing, then it opens up and people open up, and it's beautiful.
So you're pretty much adding the soundtrack to people's lives.
Yeah. What I like to do is try and play to their aura, their walk. As David said, it's all on the walk. Their colour scheme, what they're wearing, their mood, try and encapsulate everything and give them a soundtrack to that. And then, when you do that, that's when you pop that bubble that you put up in kind of society.
Background noise to focus on.
Yeah, definitely. Or if it internalizes and it moves them rather than shifting from music to.
Well, yeah. Have you thought about doing session musician? Because you've got the skill, man. I mean, there's people who would want you in studios and stuff. Have you thought about doing that?
Not really, actually.
But you have teamed up with other people to do warehouse parties.
Oh yeah, heaps. Yeah, I've done that heaps. But
stops every 15 minutes.
Okay, that's kind of annoying.
And we're good. Tell us about the other gigs that you do.
Warehouse parties, do session music work in terms of I've played with a few artists and just laid down some keys and then they've remixed it and stuff. Played in a few albums. Warehouse parties, jump up, general stage craziness, and then a bit of a classical solo usually, and then jamming out melody, and then just getting carried away with it and wailing on the keys, and then doing it mainly with DJs, but starting experimenting with people using loop stations and stuff. Because when it comes to band work or that, I just my heart mostly is playing solo. I just love it so much. Had a band, but it was only 2 members and non-verbal, just instrumental. I thought, if Zappa said the only true reality is absurdity, and he's pouring vegetables on people and getting crowd participation and being, conducting people orchestras and doing a cappella, and I thought if he can do that, I thought every band should have a singer in the set, even though it's so crazy that you think that, but when you're starting out and you lack that confidence, you kind of doubt yourself, or so I gave it a shot in instrumental music, and then that developed it, and then been busking probably since I moved down to Melbourne, so maybe been doing it for about 2 years now.
Where are you originally from?
Pardon?
Where are you originally from?
North of Sydney, Central Coast. Born in Sydney, but lived Central Coast for 20 years. Lived in Newcastle. I was studying up there.
Would you say that the cultural scene, music in general, is bigger in Melbourne than it is in Sydney?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But you know,
when I just because I don't really want to have my voice in on the video, I just want it to be like your voice.
okay, yeah.
So like, the way to get around me asking a question is by you repeating the question in the way that you answer. So if I,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So like, what was the question? Fuck, I'm a stoner.
Where were you born? Or no.
The music or the culture in Melbourne compared to Sydney, compared to the rest of Australia.
Yeah, I found in terms of the culture in Melbourne compared to everywhere else. I definitely find Melbourne's to be richer. Cultural hub of Australia. But I'm sure there's micro niches, you know, microcosms. Especially when an area is like oppressed in some way, or you know, it's a majority one way, then you'll get, you know, rich punk scene or underground metal scene or raves. But there's something about Melbourne that's a bit magical, you know. Busking career was born here, like, you know, there's just so many buskers around and music's in the streets, and you know, sometimes when I've been playing and people just come up and without you setting up, people just throw money in, but you know, they can see you got gear and stuff. It's not just like, you know, before you even play sometimes they're like, good on you, you know, there you go, there's support without even, so that, you know, that makes it rich, it makes it fertile, it's nourishing.
You almost make Jack Black kind of faces when you...
I know.
Alright, he gets into it too.
Thanks, brother.
What are your favourite kinds of gigs to play? Like is busking preferred over having warehouse parties or?
For playing, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is, because the weather, you know, you play outside and, you know, there's not a lot of people that just sit in the one place. I think buskers and the elderly, because you just sit in one place and watch life kind of go by at that fast pace and just sit back and observe, you know. And it's really nice just playing to the weather every day, the sunset, and watching it change, and, you know, trying to adapt my repertoire to fit that. I don't know, I haven't got my facts completely straight. I heard it was either Lennon or McCartney, but it's beautiful anyway. Who said it? It's not a question about time, it's a question about weather. And if you play to that, then everything else here fits in. And you notice when it clicks and that veil lifts and the music matches exactly, then that's, you know, that's when magic happens. And then honestly, like, money's money. It's amazing, but if you can change someone's day around, like, you know, I had it so many times. It's like, I've had a shit day, you know, and that just turned it around. The best way to receive is to give, so, you know, it's all cyclic. It'll all come back round.
Experience, what would you say is success in this? Like, there's artists like Double Effects who got picked up by management, you know, taken around the world. There's people who just make enough to get by.
Well, yeah, it's you know, it's it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. It's hard to. You know, this is my calling as well, like piano, and you know, and then even if no one tips, you're getting better at the instrument you're playing, you know, and every day you're getting better. But would be gigs, you know, giving out my card, playing at weddings, you know, and you know, having one time like a gig, you know, can you play here at this function for 45 minutes, and I'm sorry, we can only pay you $250.
For 45 minutes?
Yeah. Oh, there was another one. There was another conference that I did for like $500 for 2 hours. They're the golden tickets. You hand out so many cards, and while the spell's being cast, it's like, oh, it's great, I would love to learn piano, and then it wears off, and you're like, oh, who's that? And then you're like, it's too hard. But then every now and then one comes back with, someone that follows through, someone that's like, was meant to be. And there's been a few weddings, a lot of functions, and then I've had, probably about 6 fitties chucked in the 2 years. And then $100 bill.
So you think the success is in the street, or the success?
Thanks, brother.
You think the success is where you are right now, more than anywhere else?
I think there's
For now?
for now, yeah, because it's to the people, like when you move someone in a certain way, and I like going in outer suburbs or new shopping centres, or somewhere where there's like a flow. I find in terms of like,
Cool.
I find in terms of a like socio-economic brackish area where it's a combination of the two. That's where the energy is most tumultuous, and that's where those spots are really good to busking, because I don't know, everything's kind of flying, and then but piano, it's just something about classical or film score, something nice and relaxing but cultured, but not imposing. But you can't please everyone, because this is also the rawest stage you'll get, because it's just like, hey, yo buddy, I was just gonna go get some milk, I didn't know I was walking through a front stage. Boo, you suck. Like, that can happen, has happened. I've been like dodging some dude spitting at me, trying to steal money out of my case, and then just like, I love you, just send back love, and like, I can be street psychologist, because there's a therapeutic angle as well, so it can stir up some things. It's playing one time, beautiful piece by Bach, well-tempered clavier. But a woman comes up to me out of the corner and standing there for a while, then she's just in tears, and she's like, oh, my mum just passed away, and that's the piece we always used to play at the piano together. And that's there's a few stories like that. I usually try and film them and post them and share those experiences, but at the same time, there's so many experiences that just keep happening that it's hard to keep track of them. That's what I'm addicted to. Addicted to people.
Would you say that music has brought upon the best experiences you think you'll ever?
Most definitely. Definitely. Without a question.
Do you think it will continue to do so?
Yeah, definitely. We've got some great footage that I'm working with. One boy starting to speak or verbalize, he can, but having difficulty doing it with the phonetics of the 5 fingers. Just working in 5-finger patterns. He's actually started to speak in front of someone else other than his mum. So, that's exciting. And there's another one that's playing guitar in a large group, and then one client reacted in a certain way, and I didn't know if that was different or not, because you need that lifeblood of the carers there to give you a comparative view, like she hasn't smiled in 10 years or something, and just like, whoa, okay, it's powerful, man. It's it's what matters. It's what's real as well. Any problems that you have that might be psychosomatic, or anything that you create, it's not really, doesn't really matter. You get those moments, and you're like, that's what matters.
Yeah.
That's what's real.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to worry that person didn't call back, or those feeble little problems that are so and you find what is your calling, what you love. Find what you love and let it kill you. If you follow your heart, you'll never work a day in your life.
Is that the cancelling?
I'll play one that I just started writing and I'll finish off with it. That's taking a while to write.
Honestly, Jay, I'm glad I know you.
Thanks, brother. Likewise.
I know when I was sitting down here, I'm like, man, this is something I'm not someone's like, some grand epiphany in a somber, eternal sunshine and spotless mind.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, wow, man, like. Right. Oh, thank you, man.